there, fellow hungry travelers. Mark here with Wolters World, and today we're in Sorrento, Italy. And today we're going to talk about the eats of the Sorrento Peninsula, which means here in Sorrento, the Isle of Capri, the Amalfi Coast, to give you an idea of some of the fantastic food and drinks you should have when you do come to this part of Italy. And I'm going to start, since we're here in Sorrento, and no, I'm not going to start with the seafood. That's the seafood right behind me. I've got to start with the gnocchi alla sorrentina, which is basically a potato pasta dumpling cooked in a mozzarella, and you'll hear mozzarella later on too, tomato and basil kind of mix. Oh my God, it is so good. And you will see it at the restaurants all over Sorrento and throughout the Amalfi Coast and on Capri because it's that good. So that's one thing I want to start with. Since we're in Sorrento, I should start with that one. But let's be honest, we're standing on the beach looking out into the water. And so the big thing to have when you are here is seafood, and there's a lot of different ways you can have it. There's tons of different seafood pastas you can have. You have spaghetti vongole, which is a spaghetti with clams, which is fantastic. So if you're on the Amalfi Coast, there's one you could try, which is a pasta called schialatielli alla amalfitana. Yes, I know I'm butchering it, but basically it's a shorter, fatter kind of spaghetti noodle with a fantastic kind of seafood mix sauce with calamari in it, mussels in it, shrimp, clams. I mean, it's just like a seafood platter on top of your pasta. It's wonderful, okay? And there's a lot of other seafood pastas when you're going to see when you're here. So if you want those, try those. Liam had one the other night. I mean, a kid had seafood pasta and ate up all the fish in it. I mean, it is so good when you're here. So stick to some of the fish when you are here. And the thing is, it's not just pasta, seafood pasta. You can get great grilled fish when you're here too. You've got sea bass or red sea bass you can get when you're here. I had that the other night. It was delightful. You can get swordfish here as well. Calamari and octopus. I mean, there's just a lot of seafood when you're here. And one of the things you might see is when you're on the Amalfi Coast, you'll see like you know when you go to the Netherlands or someplace, they give you the French fries in the cone. Well, you can have all kinds of seafood and shellfish fried and put in that cone and walk around and eat that. But a misto fritti, a mixed fry up of calamari, octopus, shrimp, that's also a really great snack thing, but also it makes for a good meal too. And the thing is some people don't like pasta. Maybe they want risotto instead. There's risotto a mare, so you have risotto with seafood as well. So there's plenty of seafood options when you are here if you're looking for something light. And especially if you've been doing a lot of the pasta and pizza stuff in other parts of Italy, this is a good place to move back into kind of having meals with just seafood is going to be a lot more helpful, okay? Now, another good thing you can have when you're down here is your eggplant parmigiano. Yes, that is a thing here you can have as well. It'll be wonderful when you are here. But I forgot to mention one fish you might want to try when you're here, which some people aren't really a fan of, is there's actually anchovies here. You can get marinated anchovies or you can get fried anchovies. It's kind of a snack kind of thing. They do have that. And I know people are not always a big fan of anchovies, but if you haven't had anchovies before, this would be the place to try it, because if you don't like it here, you're not going to like them anywhere. Now, another thing you'll notice when you're here in Sorrento or the Amalfi Coast, wherever, you'll notice that lemons are quite popular, and so you'll see lemons in a lot of dishes. I mean, if you're going on the Amalfi Coast, you might see pasta al limone, which is they actually cook the pasta in like a lemon-infused water. Yeah, you can have that. Your granita, you know, your slushy, of course, you got to get a lemon slushy. You get a orange as well, it'll be fine, but there's a lemon version of that. But probably the two most important ones to have when it comes to lemon when you're here, one, you've got to have limoncello, which is the local liquor here, which is a strong lemon shot of liquor, okay? So it's not for kids, it's for adults. You have that. A lot of times they'll bring that to you after your meal for like a palate cleanser to have. And now there's actually a spritz, a limoncello spritz, which has become more popular. So when you're out at aperitivo time, you can get a limoncello spritz to kind of water down or prosecco down that limoncello strongness. So that's something you got to have. And then the other thing I want to talk about is the delizia al limone, which is a lemon dessert. It's like a cake and a cream and heaven all wrapped into a lemony loveliness. You want to have that when you're here. Now, another thing about to talk about is since the Isle of Capri is here, you've probably heard of a few dishes caprese in your life, right? So of course, your insalata caprese, your caprese salad, is something you should have when you're here, which is, you know, mozzarella, tomato, and basil. But here's the thing. Here, you want to have fior di latte or bufalina. You want to have fior di latte kind of mozzarella cheese in there, or buffalo mozzarella cheese in it. And same thing on your pizza. It is just wonderful. I mean, we actually bought a fior di latte like chunk and just ate that for dinner last night with some drinks. Oh, it was wonderful. But if you want to make that caprese salad, you can have that. You're looking for something else caprese? There's a caprese cake, which is a chocolate and almond cake you can have, which is from Capri, and you'll find in various restaurants around here as well. Liam wanted me to tell you, of course, you can always do a lava cake too. He appreciates that. That was in a number of restaurants, so for the kids, they'll be happy with that one. But another caprese thing I want to talk about is ravioli caprese, which is, it's got two kind of cheeses inside and marjoram in it, and then this kind of delicate sauce that goes with it. I know every time we go to Capri, and we go to Anna Capri, we go sit on the square there, we have that together. Jocelyn, I just love it. That's a really great thing. You don't always see it outside of Capri, so if you're on Capri, that's where you really need to have it. So if you want to go for something more vegetarian pasta-y, you do have spaghetti alla Nerano, which is zucchini and cheese with your spaghetti. That's a nice kind of lighter touch to the food. And if you're just driving around and you want to grab a quick snack, you can always get a panino caprese, which is just a sandwich with fior di latte, that like special mozzarella and basil and tomato. That will fill you up with some olive oil in it, of course, and that will fill you up nicely when you're driving around, whether you're going down the Amalfi Coast or out to Capri, and it slide on the pocketbook as well. So I hope this helps you know some of the foods you should have when you're here in Sorrento or the Amalfi Coast or the Isle of Capri, because my goodness, there's so much good food here. You will love it. So I'll say ciao from here in Sorrento.